What is good, Ninja? OJ over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to my village of Nintendo Switch and gaming news. Today we have some awesome information for you, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So Playtonic continues to work on Yooka-Laylee for the Nintendo Switch, details the game's next big patch that is upcoming. So in the days since launch, and as we work with speeds towards the Nintendo Switch, Frog marched back down into the development mines to uncover our next big game update, which will add significant improvements and introduce some of the most requested features. That means stuff like the optional ability to skip dialogue faster, bypass cutscenes, or reduce those pesky gibberish voices, which should please the speedrunners among us. We'll also be adding a sprinkling of design polish throughout the adventure, and by popular request, changes to how the camera operates. You can expect a more detailed breakdown of the game's update in the coming weeks as we continue to tinker around with the coding furnace. Until then, here's a bit more of what we've been up to, and if you want to check out the full thing, you can see everything that they're talking about there. But Yooka-Laylee still doesn't have any type of confirmed release date or even area that they're going to be launching for the Switch. I think they're going to take a little bit more time just to make sure this whole patch and everything that they're included is in the final build of the Nintendo Switch. There still isn't any talk on a physical version, and all the other versions of the game have a physical version. So I think with the Nintendo Switch, especially with cartridges, if they have to wait or do whatever they need to do to make sure there's a physical release, they need to make sure that there is a physical release for the Nintendo Switch version. A lot of people who are interested in this type of game want one, so I do see them taking a bit more time, and maybe this even gets pushed to the end of summer or so. It's very possible based on all the different things considered with the patch that's coming up, the original code, running it in portable mode and in console mode. There's just so many different things that you have to do with the Switch, in addition to making sure that you optimize it for that platform. So I definitely see it coming out a little bit later than some would have liked, but at the same time, you want to get that full experience. You want to get the best experience possible, and you want to be able to play that experience on the go and at home, which you can't do with the other versions of the game. So they should take their time, and I think people will buy it if there is that physical version, and they do take their time to make sure that it's a quality Nintendo Switch version of the game. Alright, and moving on to the next article here. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has 5 more recording sessions completed. So this is of course according to the legendary composer Yasunori Mitsuda of Chrono Trigger fame. So he had a big block of Japanese text that I can't read, but then at the end of it he does have it translated as well, and this is what he has to say. He says, "We had 5 recording sessions with the Bratislava Symphony Choir between April 29th through May 1st. This was our second time to work with them, and they were fantastic just like before. They conveyed the musicality that I was seeking through their wonderful singing. The sessions went very smoothly, which allowed me to concentrate on the music. Thanks to the conductor David and the engineer Martin, it's been a privilege working with them. Many thanks to David, Martin, and the Symphony Choir. I am sure we will work together again." So this is great news, because like I've said many times before, as you're getting done with the game, music is often one of the things that's last done, so they can really see the battle scenes, really see the characters, and suit the music towards that. So I think with so many sessions being completed, it's already kind of early in the year. We're not even mid-year yet. Nintendo is saying this game is 2017. I'm thinking this is going to be a December, or it's going to be some type of October release for the Nintendo Switch. I don't see this game really going into 2018 just because of all these music recordings getting done. Nintendo is probably putting up the final polishes on the game when it comes to bugs and all of that. So I'm really excited for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Obviously, it's one of my most anticipated games on the Nintendo Switch, but we still need to see so much more. Nintendo is holding that one close to their chest when it comes to that title, because we haven't seen any of the combat system in that game. What is going to be the main hook or gimmick? How is it going to be compared to Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and Xenoblade Chronicles X? Just so much stuff, but I am really excited for Masuda-san to be composing this, and I think it's going to reach the magical levels that the first Xenoblade Chronicles had, and I think it's also going to take some of the visceralness of Xenoblade Chronicles X, so it might be the best of both. Alright, and moving on to the next article here. Nintendo on the importance of shipping 10 million Nintendo Switch units and aiming for a Wii-like success through building momentum. So this is according to the Q&A section where Tatsumi Kimishima answered questions from investors. Here's what they had to say. "For us, being able to reach an install base of more than 10 million units is fundamental to creating a strong business in a number of different ways. Shipping 10 million hardware units this fiscal year, as planned, and the rest of our business partners have sensed that the future of Nintendo Switch is more promising. This is another part of the reason why we are planning to ship 10 million units this fiscal year. The truth is we want to raise the install base of the Nintendo Switch up to the same level as the Wii. As we mentioned during our presentation, Nintendo Switch in America had the fastest start of any Nintendo hardware despite launching in March. In the video game business, it is important for consumers to feel that a sales momentum is going to grow, and we are setting a standard with the Nintendo Switch to release a continuous string of major software titles from now on. And if our sales go according to our plan, this fiscal year we'll be able to see Nintendo Switch gaining the momentum it can approach relative parity with the Wii afterwards. So a lot of people still think Tatsumi Kimishima is crazy for saying that, but I do feel that based on what the Nintendo Switch is, I'm the one who said no, it's not so crazy. And the reason why I'm saying it's not so crazy is because if Nintendo puts all of their weight behind this device, which they're doing with many of their major development teams, they still have some support for the 3DS, but it will die out. They've said 2017 and into 2018, but once that does kind of go down, Nintendo will be able to put pretty much everything into the Switch, and that can build the momentum. Now, they've already cut off the Wii U years ago, so that freed up a lot of different developers to get games out to make sure that 2017 it launches and there's continuous software, which we are seeing continuous software from first party and from some third party developers as well. So this momentum can continue. The hybrid nature of the Nintendo Switch is just more appealing than what you would see with any of Nintendo's other systems at this point, which is surprising because I didn't think it would be like that initially, but once I saw the concept of what they're doing with the Joy-Cons and everything, and then the software to boot, it all really made sense. So yeah, 10 million in the first fiscal year, I definitely think that is a possibility, and probably even more. I do think that those estimates are a little conservative considering they do have Splatoon, ARMS, Xenoblade, Mario, Fire Emblem Warriors, many even unannounced games to talk about and reveal, and that is just a lot for that fiscal year. We're pretty much past 3 million at this point, I would say. So yeah, only 7 million more for the rest of the year with the holiday coming up. That is going to be very easy for Nintendo to pass that 10 million, but they are being a bit conservative with those estimates, but I understand, especially considering how they weren't conservative with the Wii U initially and got bodied in that first fiscal year. So they're taking things a little bit differently, but I do see where they're going with this, and I'm liking the strategy that Tatsumi Kimishima is implementing. Alright, and moving on to the next article here, we do have some more rumored information on the Mario+Rabbids Kingdom Battle game. So here is what Kotaku is reporting. So Kotaku has said that they have seen assets of the game. It's due out either August or September, turn-based combat, 2-player local co-op, a goofy sense of humor, after show Mario and crew wielding laser guns. Playable characters include Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, Peach, and 4 Rabbids dressed up as Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, and Peach. So I do want to talk about this because there's been some interesting banter back and forth, and I also was the first to report that it's using the Snowdrop engine, which this didn't put on there, but I can pretty much say with near 100% certainty as far as what they've seen is the exact same thing that I have seen when it comes to this game. All this stuff here is spot on from what I know about it and what I have seen as far as information goes. It is going to be a funny, goofy type of game. It is going to have some local co-op. It's going to have a sense of humor. It is going to be out this year. These are all the things that I've seen as well. I would expect other websites to be reporting on the Snowdrop engine pretty soon here within the next couple of weeks. But all this information is good. Obviously, it's still a rumor though, so you can treat it as a rumor. But this is probably the worst kept secret in the gaming industry at this point. You have multiple people saying that this game is real. You even have Game Explain, you have Go Nintendo also corroborating this information as far as what they've heard. Anyone that's still doubting it, I wouldn't, but hey, it is what it is. You can believe what you want, but yeah, that is the information, and I definitely corroborate the information that they say here. Alright, and moving on to the last article here, Darksiders 3. The first trailer was shown off. THQ Nordic, let's go. You play as Fury, yo, and you have to hunt down the 7 deadly sins. Ooh, gosh, we gotta go through these, man. We gotta go through these. So, Darksiders 3 was first leaked on Amazon. In this, you do play as Fury, a mage who uses her whip and magic to restore the balance between good and evil on Earth. She's described as the most unpredictable and enigmatic of the 4 horsemen. In previous Darksiders games, you played as War and Death. In Darksiders universe, the 4 siblings are Death, Strife, Fury, and War. If you're wondering why Fury is the star of the game. Darksiders 3 is developed by Gunfire Games, the studio founded by the people behind the original Darksiders developer Vigil Games, which went under after publisher THQ went bust. Now, THQ Nordic has picked up the franchise and recently released Darksiders 1 and 2 remasters. In the game, Fury has various forms, each granting her access to new weapons, moves, and abilities. You have to defeat the 7 deadly sins and their servants in a post-apocalyptic environment. So THQ Nordic did show off the official trailer for it after the leak here, and it is looking good. I played Darksiders 1, thought it was okay. I played Darksiders 2, thought it was okay as well. But this one has me a lot more excited because of that whip. And I don't know if you guys know this, but for some reason, I like playing as female characters in action games. I like Bayonetta, I like Nier Automata, I just like playing as female characters in action games. And this one, for some reason, she just looks a lot more appealing for me to play as. So I don't know what it is, but I'm loving that whip that she has. I am loving the attitude and style of the game, and I'm really looking forward to this game because Darksiders 2 was good, but to me, it was a little bit of a letdown for me personally, just based on the platform that I bought it on. I bought it on PC, and the PC version was bad when it launched. And then I tried to play it later, and it just didn't feel very good to me. So hopefully this one is a lot better. So what do you guys think about Darksiders 3 playing as Fury? No word on if there's a Switch version at this point. THQ Nordic hasn't said anything, but I will reach out to them to see if I can learn anything or try to gather some inside information for all you ninja out there. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and hit that like button if you did like it. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest news, reviews, discussions, and more. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you ninja in the next video. Peace.